We are definitely live. We are direct. She leads, she sells with Chloelle Bond, the creator of the trademarks Lux AI System, the strategic system for solopreneurs who want to grow lean, stay in control, and scale by design, not by default. She serves everybody from coaches and consultants to local businesses to corporate businesses. It's industry agnostic. It's worldwide. We are live. We are direct. Chloelle Bond. Speak to me, sister.
That was the most amazing intro I think I've ever had someone give me. So thank you so much for that.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Speak to me. Let's get into this.
Sure.
What does leadership mean to you in your business when you're serving?
Ooh. So for me, leadership, first of all, is a lot around autonomy. And I cannot stress that enough. And also making sure that whatever I build supports my freedom. I don't think enough individuals go into business. Everyone says, like, oh, I'm gonna start a business is I don't want to be chained to a desk, but then they build a business that demands 80 hours of their time per week. And it's more time spent than a 9 to 5, and people make that the bar. So for leadership, for me, it's always making sure that building anything out, whether it's contractors, hires, whatever, is always going to be built to support me. Because in order for me to lead, I need to be rested. I need to be able to be tapped into, my foresight, see which direction we're going. I can't do that burned out. So that's just the precedence I set for whatever I'm doing. And even for the clients that I work with, is to make sure that it's a lot of care for self, and always looking forward, not getting stuck in the weeds, because that can happen a lot when things aren't moving the way we want them to move. We get so obsessed with trying to find a solution. And I'm a big proponent of showing myself to take a step back, even taking the day away and do something fun. Like I'll do something fun. Like I'm not those people like, oh, I'm gonna just take a step back and go build out an email nurturing sequence. No, I'm probably at the mall. I'm probably gonna go play soccer with my son and let him whip me on the field real quick, like something like that. And in those moments, that's when the inspiration's like, oh, that's what I should do. So that's how I handle it, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of like not the typical stiff neck expectation, but those are my values when it comes to good leadership.
Now, it makes complete sense. It reminds me of a song that I made with a good friend of mine, Ozin. Like the song was, let me get this microphone. I've got the masculine, you've got the feminine, forever we unite in one love. We've got the masculine, we've got the feminine, forever we unite with one love. And correct me if I'm wrong, you got the blend of masculine structure and feminine flow. And
Yes.
often things go wrong in the female consulting, coaching business space when it's too much flow, too much flow, too much feminine flow, not enough systems and like structure in order to make it something that, hey, can scale, can run without you. You can play soccer with your son. You can play some paddle. You can go La Jolla. Come on.
Yeah. No, you have it right. I think the issue I have, and I've been in sales, people always don't believe me because they think I'm much younger than I am. I'm like, maybe I'm a vampire, I don't know. But I've been in sales now for well over a decade. And what I've always found like interesting, especially with the online space and when coaching is really blew up, is this whole thing of like doing everything with ease, like sell like a woman. And I'm like, what does that mean? And I'm like, no one in real sales that's lived this, elevated, went started entry level. No woman that I even know that's in sales for, we don't ever say that. We don't ever say like, oh, I need to sell with ease. I'm like, what does that mean? What it means is that you just want to post content and you expect to be a millionaire overnight. And when it doesn't work out, then you think you need to like, I don't know, go get recharge or, I don't know. It's just really weird concepts out there, but you need both. And I think for myself, I learned a lot from sales from men, and I learned most of my business acumen from men. So I learned early on the need to have structure, the need to have a system in place, the need to, because these men had wives that were put up, and they're like, how do you think I do that? How do you think I'm flying around here? Because I have things in place, so y'all don't need me. So I think that's what made the difference for me to know you need to have a balance of both. And also, with selling, some women do think they have to meet the same aggressiveness that men have. Well, I don't have that much testosterone in my body. Be like, hard sales, that, and sales to me are based on relationships. So I'm going to come the way I am. I'm a
Mm.
nice person. I'm kind. I'm sweet. There's some pit bull in me. That's what my aunt always says. So that's there too. But I come as myself because that's where that no like and trust factor comes in a lot more quickly. They know who they're dealing with.
Amazing. Let's hit another song. It's just one thing that got me. It's just one thing. It's just one thing that got me. What's the one thing in sales that closes you the five-figure deals? I'll say what it is for me, and then you can share as well.
What?
What closes deals for me? Results in advance. Like, people don't
Okay.
gotta think, what's it gonna be like to work
Correct.
with Jay? No, it's done. The
Mhm.
offer done. Positioning. This, you don't have to get the crystal ball and think, how's onboarding gonna results in advance? That's my. How about you? What closes the five-figure deals for you?
I would have to say, Jay, about the same. And I
Mm.
think what you said, people should write it down because that's the recipe. Not all the other stuff people put out to look cute, but that really is the recipe, is for people to have. And I always say, like, when people have that conversation with me, they're already sold. They just want to know, how do I sign and how do I pay? It should never be, well, what does this look like? Well, what are you going to do on step 5? And how soon no, the time we talk, you already know. Because it's out there in the world. You've seen it. The conversation I had, I'm leading with it. So you're not, it's just making it easy. And so I would say, if I had to simplify it, I'm very big on cutting the cycle for a person to say yes. I think that sometimes we put too many hoops and people feel like I got to give me their blood count. If it takes all that, you feel like I need to get your social security card and know where your grandma live at. I'm doing too much. So just simplifying that process to yes would be the not so sexy secret, but the secret.
No, 100%. 100%. And, I'm just enrolling an automation company, actually. Automation company that helps big events companies to automate their ticket sales and processes. And what closed that deal again was tapping into the vision
Mhm.
of the CEO. Like, I think he expected me to go straight into, look, this is how we sell and this is how to get
Oh,
leads and straight away.
yeah.
But it's like, I tapped into something called the ikigai, which is, hey, what are you good at? What do you love? What does the world need? And like, what could we be paid for here? And he said the same things. He said, automation is what I love. Automation is what I'm good at. Automation is what I could be paid for. Automation is what the world needs. But it's like, when you tap into vision, speak to me about that, because I think everyone's talking surface level information. Hey, I've got this AI. Hey, AI. Da, da, da. How does that fit into vision? How important is vision for you with your clients and everything? Yeah.
Vision's really important. Again, that's one thing that helps me stand out when I'm having conversations with founders and CEOs, because most people are coming with they stop at the results, and that's good. But when you can really show them, and that's the part that actually takes some time, because I've taken interest in you to find out what it looks like that you're trying to do. I've read, I'm getting acquainted with your brand. I'm looking at your mission and vision. And I'll even point out where I see it's not aligned, because now they feel seen. Now you understand, oh, she gets it. Now I'm even reminding you where you need to pick it up and how this is a solution for you. So for me, vision is really everything, because I don't think that we can understand like what a person's business heartbeat actually is to really like touch on it and to make them feel seen. Because most times when you're a CEO and you're making money, that's all people see you as. You're not a person. Nobody really cares about what's going on in the backdrop. Nobody gets the pressure you have. And they don't understand that you're staying up at night, late on YouTube, doing all these things because you're trying to get to the vision and you don't have the things in place. So that's why it's so critical to me to understand, like, where do I see you trying to take this thing? And where did you start? And then I can't even give them props. Look, hats off. I saw you did the Amazon thing, started off with the little office with the banner, and now look at you. But how can we scale this? How can we let you enjoy this? And that's where I can say AI and take away the fears and all that. But that's why again that's why it's critical, because end of the day, we're not, I think a lot of people look at sales and people as a sale, as a number, as, oh, you're going to, I need this money for me. You forget, like, I'm dealing with a person.
Mm,
And always
100%.
having that distinction, like, you're not 2,500, you're not $5,000 to me, you're not $10,000 to me, you're a person. So like, what's driving this person? What does this person want? Where's this person going? And then showing myself as a support in that.
100%. Love that you've been on your sales journey for 10 years. You started at 11 years old, probably
In my
selling lemonade,
20s, in
right?
my 20s, Jay, in my 20s.
Wow, 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 wow. So Benjamina Button, I think I might have to change the name to
That,
Benjamina Button. You know what I mean?
that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. But tell me, so right now, who is the perfect client for you? Are they doing 10 million in revenue? Have they got 10 employees? Like
Sure,
who do you love serving right now, and who is optimal in terms of for you to serve?
sure. So, who's been like the most dream client for me to work with right now are just CEOs and founders. They have at least two employees, like very small. So it could, but it's about the revenue. Because I
Wow.
love a company that's running lean. I'm not gonna lie. I
Mm,
love a lean running company. I'm obsessed with them. Like, I'm always very impressed because there's so much room to just come in and help them scale up and then keep
get
it with
it.
the right type of
Get it.
automations. Yeah. So if they're doing about 300,000 on the low end, about 5 million, 10 million on the higher end, then they're a really good fit. Cause I don't have to, I don't do the convincing and chasing. Like, I like people who've been in business and you've busted your chops enough to know like the value of saving your time, and you're so sick of being with your employees and figuring stuff out, you're like, I need to pay people who haven't really touched pat, people think six figures, like $100,000 is like that golden thing, and it's not. Most people hit there and realize this isn't enough, and they're still finding their way, still scrambling, and still not consistent yet. So that's why I prefer they're at least doing between like 250, 300,000, because you've done enough, you have enough consistency in place for me to come in and really do my magic.
100%. People are out there watching, leaning in, looking at your brand and looking at your essence, thinking, how is Chloelle? How is she attracting these companies? Give us the top two ways in which you attract these people, because prospecting is the genesis of sales.
Ooh, say it again.
Prospecting is the genesis of sales.
People don't want it. People don't like to do it.
Hmm.
I don't get it. Like, the cutesy way I say it, maybe like the feminine way I say it, is curating. I always say curate,
Nice.
curate.
Yeah.
But no, prospecting, because my every book I have back there on business, it says prospecting for sure. But for
Yeah.
some reason, people like flowery terms. I'll be like, curate your audience, curate your pipeline. You have to choose. But that's really the top two things for me on attracting them is, one, making sure I'm tight. I can't come in with raggedy branding, be inconsistent. And
Ooh.
that's the consistency is one of those things, like, you have to show up when you don't think people are watching you show up.
Wow.
Because people like to give up, you like to fold and be like, well, nobody liked my post for 2 days. Okay, post it, keep doing it, figure it out. And so for me, that's always been my thing, is just making sure I'm showing up as an expert, because experts recognize other experts. So if I'm kind of, again, inconsistent, raggedy, pictures look crazy, not showing real insights, not showing I worked with anybody. I mean, why would somebody that I'm talking about, again, people touching multiple six figures and millions, why would you want to work with somebody? Why would you trust me? I would not trust me. How are you gonna help me automate anything and you don't, I can't see systems in place for you? There's nothing in place. So making sure that whatever it is that you're selling, you have your stuff tight and it reflects what you're selling. And then the second thing is, and people are going to hate me for saying this, outbound.
Ooh.
Folks, everybody, it feels good to have inbound leads. And I'm not saying it's not possible. I
Ooh.
get people that reach out to me, but I always say if your sales are not coming in the way you need to have more conversations. And that's not going to happen if your emails or whatever you're doing are crickets. I'm not afraid to reach out. I've closed five, six, 5-figure deals, 4-figure deals, just reach out saying, hey, I saw that you liked my post. And I had someone last year who said, you know what? I've been wanting to work with you, but I didn't think I could afford you. Okay, let's talk about it. And then we closed that day just from a simple DM of me, hey, I've been seeing,
Wow.
thank you.
Wow.
So don't be afraid to reach out. And I reach out, I do cold outreach every day. I don't even say the numbers that I do every day, daily, because especially with my agency launching, I'm in a new territory and people have to get to know me. And just by that, people think I'm
Wow.
this for like a long time in AI. No, it's been a year,
Wow.
but I had opportunities. I was given a ticket to go to a conference and everything just because of showing up and me reaching out to the woman and saying, hey, this is what I do, and I think this would be a good fit. And she's like, oh, well, I'm a board member. Would you like to come to our entrepreneur conference? Yes.
I'm on. Chloelle, you are making me want to become a better man right now. You are making me want to, take this book, Ego is the Enemy, read this book again. Read
Awesome.
this book again and understand. Hey, look, yes lives in the land of no. No means next opportunity. It's these phrases, Chloelle. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
absolutely.
Founder comes to you,
Mhm.
stuck, stuck at the same income level, 300K for the past year or two.
Oof.
What's the 3-step process to get that founder into motion and scaling?
Well, that one's a simple one. So the first thing is always I run a diagnostic. And it's not in the sense of what's doing wrong. I'm coming in to see what you're doing right. Because normally your strength is where we need to start looking to scale. The things that aren't going wrong, either we can adjust or it turns out 9 times out of 10, to be honest, most of the stuff that's not working tends to be busy work that's distracting from what's doing right. And there's a fixation on making this better instead of scaling it up. So I'll look at that, like what's working for your lead generation. Maybe we don't need to focus on that channel right now. That's not producing results. We need to scale up in we need to look at what we're going to do and tighten up the strategy for something else. So that's always the first thing is diagnostic, what's going well. Also I'm looking at the strengths of the founder, the strengths of the team. Where can we
Amazing.
delegate? Things like that. And so the second thing after that is we do the strategy. I develop a custom strategy and hear what I'm saying again, custom. All this, I'm ex cookie cutter. Frameworks are cute, blueprints are nice. But if it can't give room to your particular situation, run from whoever's trying to sell it to you. I stand on that's one thing I always stand on. Another thing people like to argue with me about, I don't care. You have to have a custom result because again, everyone's vision, mission, goal is going to be different, even if it's the same business as somebody else. And then the third thing is just providing implementation because there's no point
Oh,
for us to talk about what's wrong and create a plan what's wrong and then we're handing it over and I'm sitting there supporting you and nothing's getting done. Working with me, people know off top you have to move. Like there is no I didn't do this week. We gonna do it next week. No, we said we're gonna do it this week. It's getting done today. Why?
amazing.
Because we need the data. And if we're not making movements, we don't have data. And if we don't have data, guess what? We can't make decisions. We don't, how do we know if it's working and we're not making movement and we're not
Love
so that's
this.
a 3-step process for
Love
me.
it. I love this. I love this.
So that's it. That's a 3-step process: diagnostic, strategy, implementation.
What's the big milestone for the next year? Like, what would be good for you over the next year? What's the target?
The target for me is end of 2026 to have a 7-figure agency.
Oh, wow. Amazing. That's a
It
powerful.
feels good just to put that out in the open, but that's what's on my vision board is to
No,
bring it
it
up
is
to
there. I
seven
love
figures.
the way you think,
Thank
and
you.
there's not a shortage of businesses that, are sort of kind of wanting for that opportunity. So, you know, finally, Chloe, if you can tell them, how they can get hold of you and what type of client you're specifically looking for, like who are you looking to partner with?
Sure. So at the moment, if you want to connect, you can go to my website, ai.maisonbondagency.com. or you can email at hello@maisonbondagency.com. And who I've been serving right now is, again, multiple six-figure, seven-figure business owners who are service-based. So I don't care if you're a spa, I don't care if you are a dentist, I don't care if you sell solar power. I'm your girl to make sure that if you want to go to another location because you're too small for one, let's do it. If you want to scale up and you don't want more overhead, let's definitely do it. Like, AI is your friend.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Chloelle Bond in the building. Look at you with the black and gold. The black.
Oh, that's the
Show
signature.
them that black cup of yours. That black,
Oh,
that water. Yes, cheese. Look at that. Chloelle Bond in the building. Not James, but Chloelle Bond. That's what's up. Thank you very much, my sister. Appreciating you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. That's another one. She leads, she sells. Chloelle Bond. Woo! Look at this. Chloelle Bond in the building. There's going to be some highlights there for sure. Yeah, we'll get those clips